Well, good morning. It is, let me see, I can't even see my phone, it's so bright. It is 11:51 on Tuesday, the April the 8th. Again, another glorious day in Scotland. We are just getting ourselves organised to head to the store. Walking up the pub, or the shed, getting Hector in the house. Ollie's already in her bed. Don't know how the transition will be here with the light change, but we're getting ourselves organised and ready to get to the store. It doesn't really take that long to get to the store. We actually stay very, very close by. We're still 100% still going to be late. It's just our prerogative to be late. It's just what we always do. So anyway, I'm going to get ourselves organised, get to the store and get today started, and then we're going to come back and have a little chat about a couple of things. 12:42. We've had a little flurry of sharpenings. There was about 4 or 5 that came in just now. Managed to get them done and out of the road. So we're going to go and take you over to Pamela's little corner shop that she's decided to start up. So fridge is stocked. Other brands are available. Obviously we have no affiliation to these brands, but if they would like to sponsor us in any way, shape or form, we're happy to take any sort of sponsorship that people are willing to throw. Any free juice at all, yep, we'll take that. Usual Tuesday, we're going to be kicking about, see what comes in, and Pam's got lots of stuff to do. What stuff specifically have you got to do? I'm just going to follow you about with the camera, okay?
Back orders, I've got chase up, emails. I've got to eat because I'm absolutely starving, and I've got Mustang stuff to do, so all of that has to happen today.
Alright.
That's on the agenda. I've also been up and out and working since down to Asda at 8 o'clock this morning. I've been working since 9:30, dropped the kids off at aftercare.
So it's looking like a double shift for you today, eh?
Yeah, I had to log on this morning and work from home as well, so I've already done 2 hours of work from my other job. Yes, plodding on ahead, as they say.
You're not exactly very photogenic today.
No, not why?
Because you don't like seeing the back of your head.
Why not?
You'd rather see your scary face.
A scary face.
Oh, well, just any face.
So yes, something to eat and sort this stuff out.
Well, seeing as Pamela is so absolutely thrilling, we'll see what today brings. Hopefully there is some stuff that comes in the next little while. I'm going to actually try and see if the computer will start up today and then see if we can get some work done on the website, which is unusual. We've got some new products that we're going to have to put on, like the graph stuff, which we still haven't got around to doing. Now it's started to get a little quieter, we're actually starting to put the graph products on. And we're obviously going to have to go and start looking at products that are not coming back next season, take them off the website, and then look at updating the new products that are coming out as well. Obviously some of the new products have got embargoes on them, which means that we can't actually put them onto the website, although we know what's coming, we're not allowed to talk about them, stuff like that. So that's the plan for me today, try and see if I can get some website work done. It is 6:49 on the Tuesday, nothing to report. There was genuinely about 4 or 5 sharpenings at the start of the shift and maybe 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I didn't time lapse anything because we were just busy doing stuff. I say when we were busy doing stuff, sometimes there's a bit of a disconnect with the camera, and what I mean by that is there's stuff I was doing that was on the computer, so I don't really want to sit and bore you guys by time lapsing me working on a computer for a little while. Pamela was obviously dealing with orders, she was dealing with all of her admin stuff as well, so we basically didn't really get much to do. There was no repairs, there was no glove palms or anything like that. Talking of that, we are still looking for palms. I have got a couple of pairs of gloves that have been donated to me that are actually still in okay, reasonable nick. They need to be repaired, so obviously this one's got no fingers in it, but there is a couple that are sitting there that have been given to me as side projects. I also need to try and find a pair of palms for my custom gloves that are still sitting there without palms. It's just so difficult to find anything in the UK, and it's very, very difficult to try and find anything that's actually cheap enough to use. I don't mean that out of any disrespect to any of the suppliers. None of the suppliers in the UK actually sell palms anymore. It's just more the fact that the importing aspect. If you're now talking about all these crazy tariffs that are going to be brought in from importing from America and Canada, it could be an issue, obviously, bringing stuff in the next little while. And I'm very, very interested to see how that's going to affect the local stores or the UK distributors as well, especially if there's going to be extra tariffs put on products like ice hockey equipment and stuff like that. But hopefully that won't happen. Unfortunately, that was a very, very quiet, slow day, so hopefully tomorrow's a bit better. But one of the things I'm actually going to think about doing, because the store is starting to wind down for the summer, is actually only drop to 1 video a week. I will still try and do shorts and stuff like that, but I think it's basically going to be a case of we'll only have enough content to be able to do maybe 1 video a week until the season ramps back up again, if the season ramps back up again. It's one of these situations where you never really know how the store's going to be. It could literally be absolutely jumping busy, or it could be as dead as a doorpost. You never know, but hopefully it's going to be one of these things where it starts to get busier some point soon. I still live in hope that I'm going to win the lottery so I can have a bigger store, and I obviously have my own ice rink, or at least a roller hockey rink or something like that, so we can shoot content in it. But at the same point, you never know. You never know what's going to be around the corner tomorrow. So anyway, tomorrow is a new day. We'll see how tomorrow goes. So welcome to another part of the vlog. This is Wednesday the 9th of April. The store was absolutely dead last night, and unfortunately it looks as if it's going to be like that for the next little while. So what we're actually thinking about doing is just dropping the videos down to 1 video a week if we can get enough content from it. Right now it's obviously going to be a situation where we are in summer mode, which means that when we go into summer mode there's not really that many repairs, there's not really that many sharpenings, there's not really that many jobs that's getting done other than working on the website. Now unfortunately that's really boring for you guys to look at and watch, so we're going to try and see if we can infill some other things outside of the hockey shop, things that we're doing on our day-to-day life and stuff like that, just to kind of keep you guys kind of interested and entertained. One of the things that I'm actually working on just now, I'm working at home just now, as we can see I'm in the house, this is the couch behind me. I'm actually working on doing some short videos on the editing software, so when you guys get to see some of the videos, and if you're seeing it in the short form content, it's like we put the full video into AI software, and the AI software cuts it up into little 1-minute videos with things that it finds interesting. Obviously not all of the videos are interesting, so you have to go through and you have to watch every single one of them, and then you have to edit them. So right now I have got about 40 1-minute videos that I have to go through, I have to edit, and I have to make sure that the language is correct in them. And what I mean by that is it does text to speech. What it does is it automatically puts captions on it, and because of the Scottish language, a lot of the time it doesn't pick anything up, and a lot of the time it actually adds swear words into things when you've actually not put swear words in. So it's one of these situations where we are going to be, or I'm going to be doing this over the next couple of days to try and make sure that we've got shots to go out. It's been really, really good. It's been really, really positive. The kind of interactions that we're having with people, they're liking seeing the short videos, and it's obviously good for people with, how would I put it, not being disrespectful, but like low attention spans. So it gets the views up for us, which obviously is what we're actually aiming for, being the fact that we're doing a YouTube channel, we're doing TikTok, we're doing Instagram. Well, I don't do Instagram, Pamela does Instagram, we're doing Facebook as well, and we're doing a lot of reels and a lot of shorts and videos and stuff like that. So hopefully that's going to be relatively decent content that's going to be coming out from that, and we can obviously try and see if we can raise the viewership up a little bit more. Currently, while I'll just have a wee check to see if I can actually get into my phone to have a wee check to see where we're sitting at the moment. I had a quick look check the other day just to see where we were sitting with viewership. We are now up at 305, which we broke the 300 mark, which is excellent. So now obviously we're looking to try and see if we can break the 400 mark. So with a little help from you guys, hopefully you guys liking and sharing and subscribing, we can obviously get there. One of the major things that we had spoke about as well was the channel engagement. Now there hadn't been that much channel engagement over the last little while, but now for obviously adding in all the short format videos again, we seem to, just specifically on YouTube, we have went from having 4,000 views a month to nearly 19,300, which is really, really good. We need to obviously try and work on that and try and see if we can get that a little bit higher. Watch time for this last 28-day period as well is 291 hours, which is really, really good. Obviously there's big YouTube channels out there that are doing massive numbers in comparison. They're getting 1 million views off of one video and stuff like that, but we're obviously just a small channel in its infancy. I say it's a small channel in its infancy. We've actually done over 100 videos, But it's one of these things where you have to just keep chipping away at YouTube until you get the clientele that like to watch your content. And unfortunately, a lot of the time, people don't get the chance to see your content because of the algorithm. It's something that I've been reading up about a lot in the last little while. So the more people that actually watch your video, the more small videos that you're getting out there, the more relevant you become. And it's obviously, it becomes a bit of a full-time job in itself. So what you tend to find for myself is I've got downtime for a couple of hours before the store tonight, so I'm doing editing, and then you'll find later on when I get home from the store, if it's 11 or 12 o'clock at night, by the time I get home from the gym or whatever else, you'll find that this is where you'll find me in front of the computer editing and uploading. Uploading is a long laborious task where you have to do everything 3 times. So if you're doing any of the videos, if you're doing short format stuff on TikTok, you're doing short format stuff on YouTube, you're doing short format stuff on Facebook, you tend to find that you have somewhere in the region of 30 uploads 3 times, so you're getting 90 uploads that you've got to do, and every single one of them you've got to do it individually. And then you've got to, especially on YouTube, you tend to find on YouTube what you've got to do is you've got to add descriptions, you've got to add what kind of content it is. It's a lot more in depth than, say, for example, if you're just uploading on TikTok. But it's one of these things that we're trying to do. We're just trying to see if it works to get the channel and get the name out there a wee bit more, and if it helps us deal with bigger suppliers or new suppliers or bring in new content for ideas for you guys, then it's something that we're willing to do. We have to do it to try and get as much traction as possible for you guys to be able to see what we actually do in a day-to-day life. So this is me just finally getting a chance to come on and say hello. It is 7:35 at the store on Wednesday the 9th of April. It has been excessively busy tonight. Long and short of it is we had a lot of people coming in. There's a lot of kids that are going away to Latvia and stuff like that from the local areas. Don't know if it's GB or if it's CB Team Select or whatever it is, but they were coming in to get their skates sharpened. So we did a lot of sharpenings for them tonight. We've had 3 or 4 pairs of skates out the door as well, which is a couple of pair of hockey boots, a couple of pair of graphs, and a couple of pair of figure skates as well. So they're all gone now as well. It has been consistent tonight, very consistent, to the point where I haven't been able to get a chance to pick up the camera. Unfortunately, again, content wise this is rubbish because you guys aren't getting to see what I'm actually doing. You're only getting a brief talking to basically say this is what's happened, this is how we've been and what's been going on. It's just been one of the nights. You get times when it's like that. We've just said in that, I just said in that last wee segment of video that I did at home that we thought it was going to be quiet, there's not going to be that much stuff going on. And it turns out that we were actually quite busy tonight, which is unusual. Sometimes on a Tuesday it's absolutely dead. Anyway, so I was saying in the wee bit of video that I did before coming into the store about how it's sometimes we get really dead, really quiet around about this time of year.
Then you turn up on a Wednesday night, you can't get moving.
Exactly, so it was like Sucky Hall Street, and I don't know if you've ever heard of Sucky Hall Street, but let's just say one of the busiest.
Circus.
Yeah, one of the busiest streets in Glasgow. So it was like that tonight. There was a lot of customers waiting for profiling and sharpening and stuff like that getting done. So just give you a quick run through of what the work I actually have managed to get done tonight. There was a rocker, which was a shaping. So there was an elite league referee came in to get his blades shaped and get some eyelets done on his skates. So he had 2 sharpenings and 1 profiling. Then I had one of the boys from my team, Robert, come over to get his skates done at a 5'8". Then there was probably somewhere in the region of 15 to 20 pairs of skates that came in, anywhere between a 5'8" and a quarter. And then there was a couple of pair of figure skates that came in and they get done at a quarter as well. Obviously a lot of the figure skaters like to have really sharp skates, just like myself, that's what I skate on. So that's obviously what happened with that. We've had about 6 heat moulds as well, so I have either been welded to that machine or I've been out the front doing heat moulds and stuff like that. So anyway, I've got another heat mould that I now have to go and finish off and a sharpening I need to do, and then that'll be me. I'll come back and see you before the end of the night. So it is 8:20, that is the store now closed. The last customers are now away. I've got a couple of jobs that have been left to do over the weekend or as quickly as possible. I have a pair of Sherwood M80 gloves that I need a repair in here and on this little part of, there we go, that wee bit of the thumb. And obviously on the other side it wouldn't be a Stephen repair without having to do that kind of repair and that kind of repair. So there's now a hole in the thumb in that part and in the finger of this one as well. I know when the customer bought these, and it's probably about a season, maybe a season and a half old, so they're now going to have to get refixed and fix the fix the actual palm itself. With these ones here, these skates, I think there's rivets that are loose or eyelets that are loose. I haven't had a chance to have a look at them yet, but I will have a look at them. Oh, there we are. That's one of them. One of them is an eyelet that's just in this part here. So I'll get that taken apart and get a couple of the eyelets fixed. It's not going to be a massive job, but I'll get the time lapse running for that one probably on Friday. When we come back in, we're actually slightly ahead when it comes to content wise. We've got one video ahead at the moment, so we'll see how we do and see what happens. But anyway, for tonight, that's us finished. I'll probably see you guys again on Friday. As Pamela is now modelling, she's modelling one holder that we were waiting for, so now we can make a complete pair of XF70s. The customer in question has decided that the holders and the steels were better on his old skates, and he donated me the skates and said to me to find a home for them, so I've managed to find a home for them. So we're going to go to one of the referees that I know who has probably never had an actual new pair of skates. So these are pretty much brand new. They've been skated on once, although they're technically still second hand. They're going to have brand new holders on them, and he's going to be able to use them going forward, because I think his old skates are probably about 10-15 year old and he's still skating in them.
It's a new pair of skates,
but
always new hip.
Yeah, exactly. So the skate in question that I'm talking about has actually had a new hip. So Mark actually had to go for a full hip replacement just recently, and he's been skating in pain for a long period of time, and I think his skates are showing signs of wear, because he was more dominant in one leg than the other. So I thought to myself, because these skates here, these ones, they were needing a new home, I thought I would give them to Mark, because one, they're his size, and two, it would mean that he would actually be able to get the benefit of skating in a pair of skates with two good hips. So that was something else that I was actually going to say about. I forgot to actually mention that tonight has been just absolutely mental busy. I know I said I kind of signed off for tonight, but it's one of the nights where it has been so busy over the last 3 hours that we've kind of lost track of time and lost track of everything that I had planned to do. I actually planned to bring my laptop and do some work on the website, but that never happened. And obviously I had planned to put these together, and I knew that there was another couple of pairs of skates coming in, or at least one more pair of skates coming in for eyelets, but I totally forgot that they were coming in and I never got a chance to do them, so they've had to be left because the customer came in at 5 to 8 tonight and had to run away to go to another store. But anyway, that is me definitely finished now, so I will speak to you soon. Just a quick check in with you guys. Obviously we never really got much stuff recorded in the store tonight, or earlier on tonight or last night, because it's now 1:30 in the morning and I'm still sitting in front of a computer doing some editing. But I thought it was quite interesting to show that obviously we have a little head that's appeared down here. He's came down from up the stairs. Obviously he's looking for a little bit of attention. Pamela must be up the stairs snowing her head off, which has woke him up, and he's decided to come down and say hello. This is what we're contending with. I managed to get the other dogs into their bed, which is quite good. If you're wondering why I'm looking off to this direction, well, the camera lens is right here, and then just over here is the actual wee screen that I can look at, and it keeps catching my eye. So yes, that's one of the things that I'm doing right now. It is, like I say, 1:30 in the morning and I'm doing some editing. Or you probably find that most of this video will be just us talking, or me specifically talking to the camera, but we are going to try and see if we can get some of Lewis's videos involved in this one. He has sent me some of his stuff, but most of his stuff is unfortunately in portrait, which means that because it is unfortunately in portrait, it's going to be a little bit harder for me to maybe try and edit it to try and get into the vlog. So we'll try and do our best and see if we can get as much of that as possible. There is obviously going to be more work in on Friday, which will be on the vlog as well. Hopefully there's enough footage that you can maybe make, or I can maybe make a couple of vlogs out of this one. But even if it's just 2 short vlogs instead of one big long one, obviously it keeps the kind of streak up a little bit longer. But at the moment I'm obviously still working away on some shots, and as we can see roughly run out about this area here, this is obviously what I get to look at. This is what you actually get to see on your TikTok screens and your YouTube short screens. This is actually the video itself, and as we can see there is a transcript of what has actually been said in the actual footage. So with regards to that, what I end up having to do a lot of the time is go in, like I said earlier on in the video, is go in and change the wording of things, because the Scottish language is not exactly the most easiest one to pick up on a AI software, because it's most of the stuff that it's used for is more Americanized. So a lot of the time if you speak with an American accent, it will pick it up a lot easier, but because you're speaking with a Scottish accent, it tends to put words in where they're not. So like random things like people's names and stuff like that, it calls people something totally different. But anyway, that's me rabbiting on too much, and it is getting late, so I'm going to get to my bed and get back onto this stuff tomorrow and see how much editing I can get done. So it's Thursday the 10th of April. It is right now, it is 10 minutes to 2 in the afternoon. I've literally just finished working on the computer and finished doing some short format videos to put out for you guys. So the plan for today is that I will be going to the gym. So I was originally meant to be in a meeting with a hockey company today, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to make it. The time has been brought forward and I can't actually make the meeting. So in the background, what's basically been happening is Scott and I have been messaging companies in the last little while to see if we can get companies to work with us with regards to reviews and other things. And Scott has luckily managed to secure a couple of companies that were willing to work with Cold Blooded Sports and align with our values of trying to keep hockey as affordable as possible. We are really excited to announce that there will be some partnerships coming forward. I say partnerships, I'm not 100% sure how the partnerships are going to work yet, but there is going to be some products that will be appearing on the vlogs in the forthcoming weeks that will be for review. So we are kind of making headway into that. Obviously, thanks very much to Scott for setting up a lot of these meetings, these Zoom calls, and one of the companies is seeing Cold Blooded Sports on YouTube and our website. I'm obviously quite happy with what we're doing and what our message is for ice hockey people. So that's one of the things that's going to be happening in the near future, so stay tuned for that one. I'm not announcing anything just yet. It will be kept tight-lipped at the moment, just in case it falls through. But as far as I'm concerned, it's been rather positive the last couple of days with regards to future endeavours, shall you say. We really need things like this on the channel. We really need different brands to maybe reach out to us. Obviously we've reached out to them and told them what our core values are as ice hockey players, ice hockey retailers, and there's a couple of companies that are obviously looking to trying to break into the UK market, and that's where we're kind of starting off with. So hopefully these are, how would I put it, prosperous for both of us. Not only prosperous for both of us, but hopefully it's something that we can then give to you guys as well. Or maybe there might be a possibility of giveaways, or maybe a possibility of discount codes, things like that. But we won't know that until obviously Scott has had meetings on our behalf. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully that's it, ready to go, and there's a couple of things that we're looking forward to in the near future. But anyway, I just thought I'd come on today and say this is what we were up to. Pamela's obviously at another job at the moment, and I am literally nearly late for the gym because I'm late for absolutely everything. It must be an ADHD thing. Every time I go to do something or leave on time, something else comes up and I end up late. So anyway, I'm going just now. I'll be back tomorrow.